Ganondorf's forces had defeated the Hyrulean army and wrenched the Triforce of Power from Lana's grasp. Yet the other two pieces remained with Link and Zelda in Hyrule Castle. If Ganondorf could take the castle and complete the Triforce, Hyrule would be at his mercy. He readied his army for a siege. Meanwhile, Zelda's forces stood ready to defend their home at all costs. Link stood at the head of the army, the shining Triforce of courage inspiring his troops. This battle would decide Hyrule's fate. Would the light endure? Or would darkness spread to every corner of the land? The next moments would decide.
Welcome back. I'm Mr. Bacon Bits, and this is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Ganondorf desires the other two pieces of the Triforce, and they are both held by Link and Zelda, who are residing at Hyrule Castle. It's time to launch an attack. While I'm capturing the Central Keep, let's talk about the items we can find here. Yeah, you know, at this point I just shouldn't mention the characters since these all have been for Ganondorf. The heart container is found underneath a boulder southwest of the abandoned Fort Keep, right here. The heart piece is gotten by capturing said abandoned fort. The first Skulltula appears after 1000 KOs and is under a boulder on the west outside wall of East Field Keep. Finally, the second Skulltula appears on hard or hero difficulty as Ganondorf with the Great Swords, and will be on the north wall of Mountain Keep. More details are later. Defeat Link. That isn't as simple as it sounds. Well, regardless, let's stop him. Gonna be capturing keeps along the way to weaken the Hylian forces. Zant, what is with you and losing a lot of health? Alright, I'm gonna send Ganondorf to the Southfield Keep while I work on Link, since we pretty much don't have anything left. Cool! Zant opened the rock face checkpoint. That'll be useful later. Finally, Link is down. He's not out, but he won't be bothering us for a bit. I don't know what Impa's planning, but we gotta take her out. Done! Let's get the first Skulltula that just appeared. And done! Since Zant has recently become playable, let's go ahead and talk about him, despite how I don't really like playing him much. Zant used to be a lowly servant of the Princess of Twilight, Midna. His greed and lust for power led him to find a great evil power that was locked away in their realm, and using such power, he was able to usurp Midna and rule over the Twilight Realm. His calm, sinister nature hides a more chaotic side of himself that comes out when his power is threatened. In Hyrule Warriors, he harbors both sides of his personality. His chaotic side through his attacks, and his calmer side through most of his dialogue. Quite an interesting parallel. Let's take a look at his moveset. Let's look at his standard attack string. He uses a bunch of slashing and stomping attacks that resemble how he attacked in his Twilight Princess boss fight. How most of his attacks do. His C1 is special. It is powered by the Twilight gauge below his special attack gauges. When part of the gauge is full, he retracts his helmet. During this, if you mash the strong attack button, he will fire tons of energy balls straight ahead. This can be aimed. Conversely, if you mash the regular attack button, he will spin around, catching enemies and dealing constant damage like a blender. You can do these special moves until the gauge is depleted. How does the gauge fill? by doing strong combo attacks. There is a catch, however. C2 has him summon a big Zant head as a launcher. Mashing the strong attack button has it spin around, spitting out tons of energy balls. Doing this fills up the gauge, but here's the caveat. Don't let the gauge overfill. If you do, he has an uninterruptible cooldown animation that is much longer than normal. This is the case with all strong combo attacks. So this is a matter of watching your gauge and making sure you don't extend your attacks too long. C3 spawns a totem underneath him that he stands on and then topples. Mashing the strong attack button has him throw out tons of energy balls forward before toppling the totem. This, again, charges the gauge. Watch out for overfill. C4 has him do a weird left-to-right stomp. Mashing the strong attack has him continue it and fill the gauge in chunks. At the end, he throws a big energy ball down to the ground in front of him. Again, watch out and don't overfill the gauge. C5 has him summon a big Zant hand reminiscent of a Wallmaster that slams the ground. You can mash the strong attack button to keep slamming the ground. Ending it before the gauge overfills has him do one final attack that kinda lasts long. Unfortunately, this move is really unsafe. It doesn't have invincibility despite lasting so long, so I don't use it unless I know for sure there's nobody to the immediate sides or back of Zant. Finally, C6 has him grow several times his normal size, and then stomps his foot on the ground for as long as you mash the strong attack button. This fills the gauge very quickly, so be careful to not overfill. This is a great AoE attack and keep clear despite that. Overall, Zant is an awkward character to use. Many of his attacks last a bit too long to be safe, but are able to hit in a large range to make up for it. Just be careful with his attacks, don't overfill the gauge, and you should be fine. He's extremely annoying to fight against, though. His weak point gauge doesn't show up unless he overfills his own gauge, which is rare. Alright, Zelda has appeared, so now it's time to come after her. Let's get rid of the assault troops so they won't be a problem. Link and Zelda are both active now, and they are trying to head to the Allied base to end our attempts. We can't let them do it, but the thing is, we won't be successful unless both of them are downed at the same time, since they both come back after a while if the other is still active. Alright, Link is down. Now for Zelda. We also need to find the heart container and heart piece before ending this mission already, so Link might be back up before long. Alright, let's get the heart piece here. Zelda is defeated. The trick here is to get them both at low health, because the other might come back before you're done. Let's grab the heart container and finish this off. Alright, Link's already in the Allied base, using the Triforce to capture our Allied base, so we're on limited time. If Zelda makes it in, we'll have even less time. princess and she shall come. Looks like she's preoccupied, though. Link is defeated again. Let's take Zelda down once more.
You dare bring light to my lair? You must die!
And done! Ganondorf now has all the pieces of the Triforce. I feel a little bit bad for letting that happen, but that's all fine since it'll be the hero's turn next. But first, let's go back to get the second Skulltula. We need to be on hard or hero difficulty as Ganondorf with the Great Swords, and we need to defeat Impa before she reaches the Fairy Fountain, and defeat Link and Zelda a combined total of 4 times. Once the requirements are met, the Skulltula will appear on the north wall of the Mountain Keep. With that said, thank you for watching. This has been Mr. Bacon Bits with Hyrule Warriors. Stay safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you guys again on the next video.